What if I told you there's a tree that bleeds when you cut it? Not sap, not dye, bright red, like blood. Yep, this tree exists on a place biologists call the alien island. The island is called Socotra, and it sits in the Arabian Sea and has been physically isolated from the rest of the world for millions of years. Because of that isolation, about 1/3 of the plants and animals on Socotra exist nowhere else on Earth. Not in Africa, not in Asia, like nowhere. What makes Socotra especially unusual isn't just its biology, it's its location. The island literally sits along ancient Indian Ocean trade routes, where seasonal monsoon winds carried ships between East Africa, the Middle East, and India. So for centuries, sailors didn't aim for Socotra, they were delivered there by wind. That meant that rare goods from the island didn't just stay isolated, they quietly entered some of the largest trade networks in human history. One of these goods that came from a tree that looks like it belongs on another planet is called the dragon's blood tree. At first glance, it doesn't look real. Like, the trunk is thick and pale, and the branches are spread outward like an umbrella turned inside out. With dense clusters of leaves at the ends, it has a really unique shape. But this shape, it's not aesthetic, it's survival engineering at its best. You see, Socotra is hot, it's dry, and it's windy. And in this environment, rain is scarce. So the tree evolved a canopy that traps moisture from fog and dew, and funnels it down the trunk and shades the soil underneath, because nature, right? Like, amazing. So in one of the harshest environments on Earth, that shape allows the tree to create its own microclimate so it can survive. But the part that stops people is what happens when the bark is cut. Instead of clear sap, a thick red resin seeps out. It's deep crimson, it's sticky, and it looks so much like blood that early travelers literally believed that the tree was alive in ways that other plants were not. Because, like, look, all plants are living. And that's where the name comes, dragon's blood. But this blood, it's not symbolic, it's functional. The resin seals wounds quickly, it prevents bacteria from entering, and it even deters insects. You see, chemically, the tree has a strong antibacterial and antifungal properties. To us, it looks dramatic, it's bleeding. But to the tree, it's armor. And what's wild is that the modern world didn't even really discover the tree, it just explained it. For centuries, people living and trading through Socotra already knew that the resin was useful. Ancient Roman gladiators used to use it to help them heal faster. And so what happened was modern biology eventually confirmed what ancient folks already knew was happening. And the folklore works because the chemistry works. When scientists began seriously studying Socotra in the last few decades, they realized it's not just one unique tree. It's an entire ecosystem of what's called endemic species, found nowhere else on Earth. Literally a living record of what isolation does to life over time. Thousands of years ago, dragon's blood resin was one of the most valuable substances in the ancient world. As I said, the Romans, they imported it from Socotra, which meant sailing across dangerous seas, navigating monsoon winds, and moving goods through multiple ports, intermediaries. Why? Because the stuff was valuable. It wasn't casual trade, it was high-risk, high-value commerce. And all of that because the gladiators used the resin as a healing salve for wounds. Physicians even prescribed it, and artists used it as pigment. And let's not forget instruments. You know, violins? They use it as a varnish. That deep red finish you see on some antique instruments traces all the way back to this very same tree. The people, they didn't know about bacteria, they didn't know about chemistry, they noticed that it worked, and they built trade around it. Fun fact, the island is so isolated that it's even challenging to get to this day.